RALEIGH NC State opened its camp season on Friday with some of the top talent in the country attending the Dave Doeren Football Camp. Pack Pride editor R. Cory Smith and football analyst Michael Clark were in attendance to check out the talent, and here's a quick look at some of the biggest standouts from over the weekend. Alpha Wolves Ze'Vian Capers, WR, 2020 at 6'4", 200 pounds, it was hard to miss Ze'Vian Capers in Raleigh over the weekend. The tall, lanky wideout showed out with some huge catches on the NC State practice fields and grabbed the attention of the coaching staff during the camps. NC State has been making waves recently in Georgia, and the Alpha native is on the Pack's radar now. Capers, a big, physical receiver, was very impressive in drills, and it carried over into 7-on-7 portion of the camp. The 2020 Denmark high playmaker used his size and athleticism to completely overwhelm defensive backs and was clearly the best player on the field Sunday. Already holding offers from Clemson and Louisville, Capers is far from an unknown on the recruiting circuit. While NC State hasn't offered yet, he certainly helped himself when it comes to adding to his growing list of offers with his showing in the Dave Doeren Football Camp. KJ Miles, 2022. Okay, maybe it seems a little crazy to say that an 8th grader was one of the top performers at a college camp, but it's the truth. Miles is a 6'5", 225-pound linebacker that clearly has range that matches his size and showed well in on-field drills. It's tough to evaluate linebackers when they're not hitting, but his film backs up the power he shows at his age. Miles picked up an offer from the Wolfpack after catching the eye of defensive line coach Kevin Patrick and hung out with fellow New Jersey native Josh "Fed" Jackson during his time at NC State. Miles is still several years away from making his commitment or arriving on campus with any college program, but he proved the hype was real in Raleigh over the weekend. Jacoby Criswell, QB, 2020. Just a few weeks ago, NC State became the first Power 5 program to offer Criswell. Since that point, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Georgia and Oklahoma State have all pulled the trigger on offering the Morrilton, Ark native. On Friday night, he proved why with a slew of crisp passes and solid footwork on multiple dropbacks and rollouts, with Aaliyah Drinkwitz leading the QB drills. Criswell admitted to me that he was exhausted after going through 5 camps in the first 8 days of June, but still stood out in a large group of signal callers looking for offers. Drinkwitz made the young quarterback a priority during his time at the camp, and Criswell will be one to watch in next year's class. Jalen Hudson, 2019. Looking for his first Power 5 offer from NC State, Hudson attended the Dave Doeren camp on Saturday with hopes of standing out in a large group of defensive linemen. Hudson did exactly that with ease and picked up the offer before heading back to Fayetteville, NC, marking his 3rd offer along with Army and East Carolina. Hudson was the most physically impressive prospect of the weekend. Hudson checked in at 6'3" and 223 pounds. He registered a 4.65 40-yard dash, 32.8-inch vertical jump and had a 6'11" wingspan. Although raw, he performed extremely well from start to finish. Jacoby Myers, QB, 2021. This might seem to be a familiar name for NC State fans, but this Jacoby Myers is a slightly different type of quarterback. At 6'3", Myers is one of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the 2021 class and already holds 4 offers, including Division I offers from Boston College, Indiana and Wake Forest. Myers came in a little over his playing weight at 226 pounds. He is listed at 190 in the 247 sports database, but was crisp with his passes and showed well during drills. Pack hasn't offered at this point, but the NC State staff was watching Myers closely throughout the process, and he was pulled aside by other local college coaches in attendance. Wildcards Hunter Williams, WR, DB, 2019. This player was a personal favorite of mine during the Friday portion of camp. Williams checked in with some added muscle at 5'11", 157 pounds, up from his 141-pound mark in the 247 sports database, and showed some serious speed during the camp. He caught the eye of Nicholls coach Aaron Henry, who was tracking the shuttle run, which Williams ran in 4.13 seconds, the fastest mark during the Friday portion. Williams also ran a 4.45 40-yard dash, proving he has solid straight-line speed and great change of direction. Currently playing wideout with Fayetteville, Whitewater, Williams made several highlight reel catches in one-on-one drills. Holding offers from Army and Air Force, Williams might not pick up an offer from State, but he certainly proved he can hold his own. Mitch Griffis, QB, 2020. Similar to Williams, Griffis is a bit undersized for his position, but doesn't lack ability. Griffis checked in at 5'10.5", 183 pounds at the NC State camp, which is slightly smaller than the 6-foot frame he checks in at on the 247 sports database, which will likely keep teams from offering him over other quarterbacks with more size. What Griffis lacked in size, he made up for with his arm and decision-making. Ashburn, VA, broad-run quarterback put on a laser show with his arm during 7-on-7 drills and never shied away from making deep throws down the field while other QBs opted for checkdowns. Griffis still has time to grow before he gets to the college level, but arm talent is clearly not lacking.